Okay. Okay, welcome back to our Erasmus Days in Tor Vergata. We are going to start session number 3 that is dedicated to our students that will tell us about their Erasmus. Let's start with Livia Ciccia, that she did Erasmus in Germany from September 20 to February 21. She graduated in global governance and now she's attending a master in international business in Germany as well. Livia, can you start your telling your Erasmus?
Yes, thank you, and hi everyone. It seems that I really like Germany because I'm still here. I've been to Cologne for 6 months, and it was an amazing experience. Cologne is such a vibrant city. It's a very student city because there are 3 main universities that are really big. So every night you have a different event. Cologne is actually in a really nice location because you can reach other cities like Paris, Brussels, or Amsterdam in a few hours with the train. So it's really nice just to go around, even to see other cities. Regarding the university, it has many offers. I have studied mainly politics, so political science, but I've also taken some business and management classes. And this is actually why I have decided to pursue my master's in international business, even though it was kind of different from my bachelor's because I studied global governance with a major in political science. So it was kind of a switch, but I really liked it while I was studying there. So I decided to continue and further my knowledge in this field. Regarding Cologne, it's really nice. It's I think there are 1 million of inhabitants there, and like half like 50,000 are students or even more. There are many facilities at the universities that you can use as a student. For example, there are many football fields or paddle pitches or basketball. You can play whatever sport you want. There is a gym that is very cheap for students with the student card, and also there are many other there are many other organizations after the studies, such as the buddy program. Every international student is assigned to a local, so you can have your first friend there. And there is also an Erasmus network, which is very active. They make a lot of events, even during the pandemic. As you know, I left Rome. Arrived in Cologne in 2020 September 2020. So it was during Corona times, but still I had a great time. And the Cologne has the carnival. I know it's not very well known, especially if you're coming from Italy, but there is a very nice carnival, and it starts on November 11th. It's the biggest event in town, and it finishes in February. And I will definitely hop on a train and go there because last year I couldn't celebrate it, and hopefully I will be able to see it this year. And to make a long story short, come to Cologne if you like university that is made for students, for small groups. If you also like green, because there are many parks and you can go around the city with your bike, and if you like to party and drink beer. that's it. If you have any question, feel free to contact me. I will be really happy to share my experience furthermore or help you if you have any other questions.
Okay. Thank you, Livia. So, thank you for your story, your experience that you shared with us. So, I think that you suggest the Erasmus experience to your colleagues.
Yes,
Okay.
totally.
Okay, because sometimes they think that it will delay the graduation, or I know that global governance is a very international course, so maybe you are also pushed to do Erasmus, no, to go abroad. I don't know if there is some. Maybe we have a question for you. Okay, come here. Okay. Which is your name?
My name is Angela.
Angela, do you want to do a question maybe to Livia?
Oh, yes.
Any curiosity about the Erasmus?
I'm so glad that you share your experience with us. And the question that I have in my mind is actually if you went there and already did you know German language, or maybe you just completed here a course and after that you start your experience, and how is it this this new cultural impact in your life, and what is this experience that you also, this is luggage of experience that you take home with you?
Thank you. Livia?
Yes, thank you for the question, Angela. Actually, the language, it's a good point. I didn't need the German language to go there because there were all the courses where, the courses that I mainly wanted to take were in English. There is a large offer of courses taught in English. And so I didn't have a problem with that. All the teachers speak really good English. And regarding German, I have taken a course offered by the university before the beginning of the classes. And this is actually offered for free to the students. And it is very intensive. It was 3 hours per day, each day, for I think 4 weeks before the starting of the lectures. And I learned a lot, actually. My knowledge of the language improved so much. I went there that I was a beginner, and I finished with a really nice knowledge, like A2 plus. And you don't need it if you want to study there. It's English is just fine. Regarding the cultural experience, it was a big change, honestly, because just the German culture is very different from the Italian one, but I didn't have any issues, and I found so many friends. Actually, we usually think that German people are not that welcoming, but actually I found a very different experience. All the people were super nice. They were friendly. They helped me in any ways, and it was. I didn't have any issue with the language. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. We can listen to another student, Federico Vinci.
Hello.
Hi, Federico. Just a few words. You are a student of economics, and you are a master student in data science for economics. And you did your Erasmus for 6 months in Stockholm, correct? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
Federico, tell us about your experience.
Okay, so hey everyone, which is the typical hello from like in a in the Swedish, and so as you can see here, I am with my Sweden, and in this picture you can see myself pretty much having, as we can say, like having fun on the one of the last days in my in the and so okay, so Stockholm is really great, and I've decided to go there pretty much because I wanted to see how places were like, and I have started
Can you repeat just the last thing?
can you not hear me?
No, actually
hear
no.
me?
Maybe your connection is not so good.
Oh, okay. So 1 second that I move then, okay?
Okay, now it's better.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, more or less. Okay, try again. But you're okay. Try.
What about now?
Okay, good.
Okay, is it any better now?
Yeah. You were telling about your the stay in Stockholm.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so I've decided to go there because I wanted to see the Scandinavian countries, and I decided to go there because I think it is one of the best cities so far from those places. And so I departed on the 3rd of March, and I started my whole my whole semester on the end of January. And so I decided to move a bit later because of some issues that I was kind of facing. And so, how is Stockholm like? So, Stockholm is really big and a really good city to live in, and the whole I'd say the place is super good to live in, and the persons are also super friendly and nice, despite from what you can hear, because like those are like really good persons. And so a pros and I'd say to go to Erasmus is that you get to know different different people first of all, and then you enhance your English so much. And right now I am a bit shy and I might be stuttering, but it's just that I'm a bit I am kind of afraid to go live because it is my first time. But yeah, you pretty much like learn the language very good. I mean, I'm talking about the English. And then like you basically learn how to live in a context which is completely which completely differs from ours. And pretty much, and most importantly, you have a lot of fun because you know like a lot of different uh, friends and so on and so forth. And one of the main things that I didn't like was the start, because it has been kind of hard for me to get used to a country which is completely different from mine, of course. and especially regarding the darkness and the cold, of course, because we know that Sweden is super cold. Like especially because I have departed on March, and here here like I mean over there it is still super cold. But apart from that, I have studied, of course, 4 months then in there, and I took sustainability, then entrepreneurship, then I took marketing and finance, and those have been super. I mean, I like them so like so much, like especially the marketing one. And the university in which I have been studying was called the Stockholm Business School, and which is under the Department of Stockholm University. And well, what else should I say then? Yeah, I would also like I would say that to go to I mean to go studying to Stockholm, it is an experience which I really suggest to all the people which have the opportunity to do like of course that. And it is a really nice and entertaining experience. And I don't know, like if there's any, of course, like thing that I haven't said, like you can have, like you can say like something, and like you can have a question, and I'll be here to say like something.
Okay, grazie, thank you, Federico. So I think that we, I don't know if any question for our students. You have any? Okay. I think that we can go on with the third student, Luana. Luana Menna, can you hear us? Okay.
Yes, of course.
Luana, hi. You
Hi.
are a student from our Faculty of Law.
Yes.
And you did Erasmus twice, actually.
Yes, 2 years in 2 different teams.
Yeah, one in France, once in Spain, Granada.
Yes.
Okay.
The first one was in Clermont-Ferrand, in the center of France, and I studied French, but I can did one exam in English because we have European University. And the second was in Spain, and there was a different organization because I did many exams written because they didn't do oral exam. And I met a lot of people. A lot of people come from all Europe. It was a special experience because student law never go out from this country because we are the student of all the system of university. So a lot of people think that lawyer is good only in Italy, but I can prove, or I can imagination that it's not in this way because Europe is important, and I believe in this project. Okay. Mi sentite? Okay, you can see me. Okay. So the first one was in France, and I studied with teachers came from all parts of Europe. And the second is only Spain people. But it was different, and I studied the culture the organization, and the first month was very difficult because every student was afraid for the language. So everybody thinks I can do this, but we haven't a problem. Only the first month.
Okay. So, okay, so it's just a question for you. Why did you decide to do Erasmus a second time?
The reason was that I couldn't finish my exam, and the first Erasmus, I did a lot of exam, but I don't know why. I decided to finish my exam in the other country because I wouldn't know how it works in the other university.
Okay, okay. And did you prefer to live in France or in Spain?
In France, because we have money from the country. We have a lot of opportunity for sports because we have a campus. We have an house for students, and it is only this. It's better organization.
Okay. Grazie, Luana. Okay, maybe we have a question. Come vuoi? Un attimo, just a second.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you, Luana. I'd like to ask you, in this case, how did you validate your exams? Like, did you do? I mean, not all of them, but you said a lot of your exams abroad. And this is more like a technical question, I know. Maybe it can be also boring question, but it's also my curiosity because it's also something that is never told us. So I would like to ask you directly because you've done this experience and I think you know better in this case in practice how can you do.
Io non ho sentito bene la prima parte della domanda. Se mi potete aiutare?
Ti ho chiesto soltanto, è una domanda più tecnica, come hai fatto a convalidare i tuoi esami, perché nel senso anche a noi ci è stato spiegato, però è un po', diciamo, sempre misterioso come avviene.
Ok, te lo spiego in italiano? How do you prefer? Ok. Allora, in Francia ho avuto molti problemi perché rispetto alla mia università non esistono materie con piani di studi, anche in Spagna, però in Spagna molti esami avevano gli stessi nomi. Quindi che cosa è successo? Che io in Francia ho fatto tantissimi esami, tanto che l'università della Francia mi aveva detto che dovevo dire alla mia università italiana di moderarsi, perché il numero di crediti era sempre troppo poco per arrivare a un esame mio in Italia. Quindi ho fatto un anno in cui ho veramente studiato tantissimo, nel senso che ho fatto materie dal primo al quinto anno. Per esempio in Francia era difficilissimo diritto dell'Unione Europea 2, che è un esame molto difficile in Francia, nessun francese lo passa. Però o facevo queste due, un diritto dell'Unione 1 e un diritto dell'Unione Europea 2, oppure non mi veniva convalidato l'esame. Quindi io consiglio, appena arrivate in un paese straniero, di trovare la persona di riferimento e farvi dare l'elenco del nome degli esami. E col nome degli esami vi dovete trovare quello più simile al vostro. Lo scrivete alla vostra università di provenienza e con loro accordate. Dopodiché quando tornate ve li devono accettare necessariamente. Non so se sono stata chiara, perché non mi sento. Non vi sento. Forse state, ecco.
No, sei stata molto chiara, era il microfono.
Ecco.
No, soltanto quindi dici che si può anche fare cioè giocare di anticipo, vedere il piano didattico.
Sempre, andate alla persona.
Andare a chiedere?
Andate a tutte le persone degli uffici che troverete sempre molto disponibili, parleranno la vostra lingua, vi obbligheranno a parlare la loro lingua perché è giusto. Io ho fatto un corso di francese pagato dall'Università della Francia perché volevano un livello, e quindi anche per un modo per essere inglobati nel mondo francese, no? Andate lì agli uffici e chiedete: questo esame mio che si chiama diritto costituzionale, come posso realizzarlo con i vostri esami? E vi accordate e lo presentate subito alla vostra università e loro subito vi diranno sì o no. Molte volte gli esami hanno lo stesso nome, si possono, cioè cambiati poco. Tipo io ho fatto diritto romano che si chiamava Histoire française, cioè si chiamava in maniera molto simile. Ok?
Poi molto dipende dalla facoltà, magari
Esatto.
per giurisprudenza è diverso da economia, non so tu cosa studi?
Sto facendo medicina.
Medicina, ok, sì, magari...
Saranno molto simili,
sì.
molto simili.
Va bene, ok, grazie, grazie Luana.
Grazie a voi.
Grazie Luana.
Figurati. Grazie a voi.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Grazie. Allora.
Vi ringrazio. Grazie.
Okay. So now we have Sara.
Yes.
Okay, that is here.
Però ho mandato la presentazione che
Qual è? Just a second. Sara Claudia Barone, she's studying at Tor Vergata in our Faculty of Medicine. She did a double experience, Erasmus for study in Porto, and then she did also Erasmus for trainship in Porto as well.
Yes.
Okay, can you come here?
Yes.
And thank you for staying here.
Thank you too.
Vieni vista così.
Ok, quindi guardo dritto.
Ok.
Come faccio a moderare questo video giù?
Così in giù.
Okay, hello everyone. I did, as she said, a double experience, but Erasmus Classic plus Studies and Erasmus Trainship. What is the difference between the two types of Erasmus? The first is the classic Erasmus that you normally join, like you studied, you do your exams, and then you return back. The second is more complex because it's trainship, so you apply for work. You have to choose an agency and then you will work for that agency. And so first you have to choose it and then you have to apply for the Erasmus trainship. Are two totally different types of experience. And I think they are both like complementary because the first, you are totally a student. And as a student, you have all the cool thing for being a student. So you met new people, you enjoy your time, you study. But basically you are like in a more protected level. And in the second case, you are working. So actually you are a worker. And so you have to wake up early, go to work, then you return back after, it depends. Like in my case, I applied in neurosurgery. So I was like in the hospital. So I was from like 9 sometimes to 6 or to 8 o'clock in the night, and so I was really, really tired. And then you wake up the other day, and then you continue to work. But so I think that is very interesting, also because you can understand how you work. Because when you go to the hospital, is different. Because like in my experience, like a student, I can go to the hospital, but then I know that I have to study. And so, of course, I will stay, for example, just in the morning. In this case, I had to stay all day, and I didn't study. So I was, okay, this is how working is really looking like the work that I will do in my life. Then, so this is the main difference between the two types of Erasmus experience. Then, why I choose Porto in Portugal? First, because I enjoy more the Latin culture. So I prefer to stay or in Spain or in Portugal or in Latin America, but it was really difficult. So I was like, okay, let's start with Europe is better. And then because I went in Portugal and I really enjoyed there. And so I was like, okay, let's apply for staying in Portugal. And it was possible to go to Porto. So I applied for Porto. And I'm really glad that I stayed in Porto. This is the photo of Porto, one of the one of the main attraction of Porto, that is Ponte San Luis. And Porto is composed by, this is Porto in the map. This upper part is Porto. Then down there is Vila Nova de Gaia, that is a completely different city. It's really near the river, because the bridge Ponte San Luis is the main bridge that crosses the river, that is called Douro. And then we have the beach that is called Matosinhos. This is the main beach in which you can go, like it's 20 minutes and you go to the beach. And this is the beach also I met, because for me it was very important. And up is the hospital, is the amazing hospital, like is very big hospital, really crowded. Basically, I mean, maybe I know better this hospital than the hospital of Tor Vergata, but okay. So I started with my experience. For the good thing is that I met really amazing people, because I think also that people that want to go to Erasmus and want to have this kind of experience have to have open-minded and wanting to have different kind of experiences, and they don't judge, and they stay with you and they love you, and it's really, really easy to have very good friendship. I've decided to not stay with Italian people. So every time was out, you're Italian, amazing. I will not stay with you. I will stay with other people, because I applied for Erasmus. I don't want to stay with Italians. So I've stayed in the first part of Erasmus with people that were from East Europe. Mostly it was Slovenia, Slovakia, Czech Republic, Poland, sorry. And then also some German people and people from Belgium that are more up. And then I met some people from Netherlands. And in the trainship, it was a completely different experience, because it was August and September. So it was not Erasmus life. And I met the Brazilian people, because Porto is full of Brazilians. And this is amazing, because the Portuguese people, I think, are more chill, but Brazilian people are like an explosion of vitality, of life, and they are really, really, really cool people. So I could meet a lot of both European and extra European people, and it was really, really cool, I think. Then for the good things, I think everything was really good. Also because studying in confront of Italy was really easy. Not because I was Erasmus, because I did the same exams of Portuguese people, and in Portuguese, by the way. So I learned Portuguese. But because in Portugal they studied less than in Italy, and this is, I think, kind of obvious, because in Italy we studied a lot. So I did my exams. It was more easy. I enjoyed to stay with a lot of people. In Porto now, there is not so much the problem of COVID. So this is very good. For example, everything is open now. For the bad things, it was because of COVID, because I applied for the Erasmus plus studies. It was, I won. And they say to me in September, okay, it's confirmed, you can go. In December, they say to me, no, because there is COVID. And I was like, how is possible? So during my exams, I was dealing with the fact that they say to me, no, you can't go to your Erasmus. And I was like, oh, no, I why? I was like, I don't know. So with my Erasmus coordinator, she was really nice. And then we went, finally. When I went there in February, I came to the hospital, to the office of the Erasmus, and they say to me, no, you can't go. You can't stay here. Return to your country. And I was like, okay, I bought a house. I bought a flight. You have to accept me. And so finally they accept me. And another little thing is that I think that the capability of organization in Portugal is worse than in Italy. I thought that this was impossible, but it's not. I mean, it's not impossible. Like, Italy is not so bad. I discovered, because they also lost my grades when I was returning back, and I was like, okay, I did 6 exams. You're not able to find my grades, but then I found them, and so it was everything good except this part. So this was the whole experience. For more practical things, Porto is a small city, but is really multicultural. So is the best thing, I think, is if you want to go in Erasmus in Porto, is to stay in the center. That is exactly the center that is near the bridge. So if you see in this imagine, like there is a little bridge, the area that is near, and the area that is near the river is the center of the city, because everything is really near and is full of young people. So it's really interesting to go out, and really different from Rome, for example, that you have to travel like with car, for example, because it's impossible to do everything. You can simply go by walking to I don't know, like one bar to another, or one coffee for studying to another. You can go to university in 20 minutes. This is for me that I live in Rome, not here, like much more up is impossible. No traffic jam, and wow. Then for finding a house, I wrote in a Facebook group that is called Erasmus Porto, and I wrote like, hello everyone, I'm a Erasmus student, my budget is this, I'm searching for that. And so they simply wrote me, hey, there is this house, and it was so much people that write me that I decided very well the house, and I had an amazing house in the center, so wow, also this. Then it's really easy also to travel from one part to another one, because the taxi is really cheap. And also there are 5 metro lines in all Porto. In Rome are 3, but it's okay. And then, so living is really easy. Finding people and finding a place to stay is really easy and cheap. Also eating, drinking, going out is really cheap. Then for traveling, I had some different kind of trips. These are my friends, me and my friends. We are in here in the middle and in the south of Portugal, because this is Algarve and this is Óbidos, that is more near Lisbon. I went also to Lisbon. So we went with the car in 5, and we went from Porto to down. So we had the time for traveling. And also we had time for going to Azores. This is the first with me. And then Madeira. Azores are, I think that everyone knows Azores Island, but are different islands in the middle of the ocean, of the Atlantic Ocean, literally in the middle. There is nothing. And there are Portuguese islands. This, for example, is São Miguel, that is an island, a volcanic island. And we went through all over São Miguel with my friend. And Madeira, there is the other one. We stayed there 10 days with my friends. and is an island that is near Morocco in the south, and it's also a Portuguese island. Why we went there? Because it's really cheap to go there from Portugal to, and then also for the COVID test, you don't pay the COVID test, so it's like you pay 80 euros and then you go and return both Azores and Madeira. So it's really cool. And then for the rest, no, it's finished. Sorry. For the rest, one thing that I want to highlight is the difference between the two kind of Erasmus, and I'm glad that I applied not for double Erasmus, normal Erasmus plus studies, but for Erasmus and trainship, because they're totally different. Because when you do the trainship, as I said before, you have to think that you are a worker, and so you will exactly work. So you're not like you're not in this mood that you are just a student and you can chill more, but you have to work. So it's like being more adult. So from one component that is more
So would you suggest to do Erasmus study to face better the Erasmus trainship?
I mean, I don't know, like Erasmus studies is more for know yourself, grow up. And I think actually I'm 24 because in medicine is we have to do it from the 5th year.
Okay.
So for me, everyone was really like I was old. But in case of trainship, I think that you really grow up and understand how working is. And this is the main difference. So it depends on what you want.
Okay. Will you come back to Porto?
For sure. Yeah, my Brazilian friends that are just saying to me, hey, when you're returning.
Okay. Thank you, Sarah.
You're welcome.
A very interesting story about your Erasmus. I don't know if any question for Sarah? No?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. It's better to come here.
Okay.
Just okay. Perfect.
One question. Did you feel change after this experience? Change?
Yes.
In
Okay.
Personal.
Yes, I feel not changed, but grown up.
Okay.
Like I did a lot of things that was impossible to do in Italy, also because in Italy we have to study more, so we have to focus more on studying. And also I worked.
So the way to study?
Yes, not that I changed the way to study, is that I had more time for enjoying my things, and then I didn't thought about studying so much, so I could understand more thing about myself. So this was really good. And also I worked and I stayed, like I lived alone with people that I didn't know in the beginning. And this is really challenging, because if you are able to do that and you do it good, I think it says a lot about you. Also how you can relate and stay with people and not in your kind of comfort zone. That is always the main point.
And which one did you prefer the most between Erasmus and trainship?
I think it's not possible to choose. Yes, because are totally different experience. So you can't say it's better this or that.
Okay.
I think for beginning it's better the Erasmus, the normal Erasmus, because it's more that you are more protected.
Okay.
Because you are a student. But if you want to do a trainship after, or if you just want to do a trainship, can be kind of the same. Like the only thing that I want to suggest is don't stay with people that you know. Like for example, I had some of my friends that went to live with their friends and apply together for going in Erasmus. Is okay, but you don't. I mean, you're still in your comfort zone. You don't grow up so much. And so this is the only thing that is important, I think. But the two experiences are completely different, can be confronted so much, which is better.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Thank you again, Sarah. Ok.
Posso andare?
Sì, grazie.
Grazie.
I think we can go on. Okay. Should be this one, I think. Okay, let's go to Oriana.
Yes.
Oriana Esposito. Hi, Oriana.
Hi.
You've been for 1 year in France,
Yes.
and you study law,
Yes.
correct? Okay. Tell us something about your Erasmus.
Okay. I'm very pleased to tell about my Erasmus experience, a project that has allowed me to have a unique life experience. I spent 1 year in Clermont-Ferrand in France. It is my duty to thank my dear friend Luana, who is here with us. We left together. She was the one who dragged me on this adventure. I studied in École de Droit because the name École de Droit in Clermont because it's a very important international university in France. In France, they divided the university from the école, which are more specific in terms of study and more difficult. Many times I wondered, will it be worth it? I also had some bad moments where doubt that arose during the bureaucratic process. The various pre-departure meetings, I wondered whether to leave or not because I saw it as something complex, even wondering if I would ever be able to resist a year pull away from everything and everyone. But especially I ever management to take law exams in another languages. Mi sentite? No.
Okay, just a second. Oriana. Andiamo a passare a Giulia. Okay, Giulia Papale. I think we will try to contact Oriana again, but we can jump to the story of Giulia Papale. See, she did Erasmus in Oslo. She's studying a master course in Clemif. Her curriculum is finance, and she studied in Norwegian Business School, where she did also summer school experience. Just a second, I switch. Okay, Giulia.
Hi everybody. My name is Julia, as she said, and I've done my Erasmus experience the spring semester of 2021, and it was amazing. I cannot tell a lie because I started my experience during the pandemic. So basically, before my departure, I was really nervous because everything was not sure. Also, my departure, also if my exams were confirmed. So it was so stressful. But I think it is one of the best choices that I've never done. I don't know, when you arrive in another country, you have many doubts. You don't know if you will meet I don't know, friendly people, especially in the north of Europe, because many people say that Norwegians and Scandinavian people are very shy, very reserved. It's kind of true, but there are some exceptions. And one exception is in my case. I lived in a student housing with 6 guys. basically 5 of them were Norwegians, and it was very interesting because they are they are very reserved, but they have a great respect for people, and so we lived all together. Also during the COVID situation, when there were many restrictions, also in Norway, also if the corona situation was better than in Italy, because yes, the face mask was mandatory, but there was not the red zone. It was a kind of yellow zone, so we could go out, but for example, parties were not allowed. So yeah, more or less. But I've done a lot of activities and experiences during my exchange, and for example, I traveled a lot. The first travel that I've done is to Tromsø. Tromsø is in the north of Norway, and is a small city where you can see the Northern Lights. And a picture of the Northern Lights is here.
It's wonderful.
Yes, yes, it's amazing. It's basically a dance of the sky. I cannot
explain. No?
I cannot explain, because it was so difficult also to find the Northern Lights, because it's not so easy. You have to be lucky. We organized a 3-day trip to Tromsø, and the first day the weather was not good. It was very cloudy, so when there are clouds, it is not possible to see the Northern Lights. So we decided to book a tour with a guide for the day after. And this guide in a minivan organized a tour for us and another group. And at the end, in the middle of the night, he found the right place, the perfect place to see the Northern Lights. We wait, I don't remember, maybe at 2 a.m. Suddenly, we have seen the Northern Lights, and this is basically the imaging. It is not, the color is not like that. I cannot tell a lie, but it is amazing. I suggest you to do a travel like this one time in your life. And I don't know if
no, we just have this photo.
Just this one? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You sent other photos, but we just upload this.
Okay.
Yeah, we choose one.
Okay. Anyway, during this trip, we have done many activities like the dog sledding, and it was very funny. And we have done.
COVID situation didn't stop your Erasmus experience.
No, because it was so weird, but travels were allowed. Also, if the shops, for example, were closed in Oslo. So I don't know, the government made many weird decisions, I think. But anyway, we traveled a lot, and then we went to also to Bergen. It is a very nice city, and at the end of my exam period, we went to Lofoten Island. I mean, Lofoten are very, very, very beautiful. It's basically another world. And yes, But I want to say that the Erasmus is not only travels, friends, parties, and so on. It's also to study art, especially in my university. I went to BI Norwegian Business School, and I attended 3 courses of finance, research methodology in finance, ethics and sustainability in finance, and then financial markets. And it was so hard. We worked a lot also during the night because the teaching system, I think in other countries is different than in Italy, because in Italy is more theoretical. Instead, abroad, it is more practical. So we had many assignments. We had to organize the project with a group, and so it's different. But I think it's a really good approach, because you can really understand what you are studying in the theory. So it was really interesting to study also in another way, basically. And I've been lucky also with my groups. I worked with people from Switzerland, and they are really good. They were really good. And also French people, and also Norwegians. And yeah, it was a pleasure to work with them. And yes, about Oslo. Oslo is a really, really beautiful city. It's full of young people. Everything works, basically. Services, public transports, everything. So, for example, if the train have to start for example, if on the timetable the train is at 8 o'clock, the train will pass at 8 o'clock, no 1 minute later. So it's an amazing city, and you can enjoy your experience a lot in a city like Oslo.
Okay, so you suggest to do Erasmus?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I really suggest to do that.
In Oslo. Are you going to apply again? Maybe with traineeship?
Yeah,
okay.
I applied for a traineeship, and really I want to suggest to do this experience, because I know that many people say that, but it will really change your life, your mind, because when you are in your city, in your house, your comfort zone, there is your family that solve your problems and so on. For example, in Oslo, I was alone, totally. Also because the government closed the borders. So I don't know if something unexpected happened, and it happened. For example, my PC died in Erasmus, so it was terrible. You have to solve your problems by yourself. So you grew a lot.
Okay, thank you, Giulia.
Thank you so much.
These were very, very interesting experiences. I want to thank all the students that we have been presented by our colleagues from the Erasmus faculties. And so we would like to thank you with, with a bottle. Is a question for Giulia.
Hi. So I had a question about habits. I mean, I guess Norwegians and Italians have kind of different habits. So, for example, food. I don't know. Were you able to adapt, or you had to adapt. So how did you find, for example, the food?
It was weird, especially because also the moment of our dinners and lunch were totally different.
Yeah.
Because they basically have a lunch at 12 and then a dinner at 4.
Wow.
4. And about the food, I don't know, pasta is everywhere. So you can find it in the supermarket. And I've eaten also a lot of salmon because it's very famous. But yes, I don't know, there are some foods that are so weird, like pizza in Norway. They really like pizza, but it's terrible. Like they usually eat pizza pollo or.
Does it get dark like really early? I don't know. Like, does it get dark?
Yeah, it was weird at the beginning, especially because I arrived in January, and the light in January there is from 9:30 a.m. to more or less 3 p.m. and then go down. But in the summer it's so weird because there is also sometimes 24 hours of flight. And it was super when we went to Lofoten Islands because we basically we have done hikings like climbing and so on also during the night, but there was the light. So it's
but overall you like Norway. I mean, as a the country and the city and everything. You liked it. I mean, would you live there?
Maybe for a while. I think no more than 2 years. Because it's weird. It's weird to live in a place where also there are many months with few hours of light. And other months that are full of light. But I love Norway, really. It was an amazing
choose Norway again? No.
I don't know, because, for example, I asked for the summer school, and I attended a course that is business in Norway, because I was really curious about, how the industries, and enterprises worked in Norway. And why not? Maybe I can go again.
Thank you. So
You're
Julia,
welcome.
this is for you is thermic bottle from Tor Vergata, just to remember this day and this experience with us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. So now we can go on with the program, and let's pass to the how your Erasmus sounds.
Okay. Prego. Posso andare? Posso?
Sì, yeah, of course.
Okay, hello again, and welcome to the last part of this session dedicated to students. We decided to launch a contest between students, a contest on Instagram, to try to involve more all the students who have done a sort of mobility for study, traineeship, and so on. The contest has a title, is How Your Erasmus Sounds, and is an Instagram contest. Instagram because it's one of the most popular social app in this moment among young population and even not so young. Instagram because it's easy to reach people through Instagram with an image, a video, or a reel, as we requested to students. We asked to all of our students to do a reel on Instagram, telling us how your Erasmus sound. So a reel with images, sound, and music, and words about the Erasmus. We have
not we, but we decided to award the first three, the third, the second, and the first place, and with more like on our pages, on Tor Vergata pages, Instagram pages. And we would like to show you all these reels. The third, the second, and the first place. Just give me a second.
In love.
No, è più lungo. Okay. So the second. Okay. Okay. Sorry for the inconvenience. Let's start again with the second reel with more light. The reel is from Mattia Ferrari. Dov'è Mattia? Tu lo vedi? Ferreris. Ferreri o Ferrari? Tu riesci a vederlo, Flo? Ancora? Ok.
Ah, really? Cuidado.
Okay, the third place is Alina, which is not there, probably.
Yeah, the first one.
Oh, sorry, the first one, sorry. The first one is Maria, sorry, which is not with us. It's you? Oh, sorry. Okay, great. Okay. Miss you. Okay, so keep in mind that all your reel are available on our Instagram page. So if you want to see the reel again, you can enter and follow our page. As I said before, we decided to award the first 3 places with an Amazon gift card. The first with 100 euros, sorry. The second one, 70, and the third with 50. We would like to give you this today. But we will send you the real one, the real gift card by email.
This is just to show. Okay, it's just to remember you. Okay. Okay.
Thank you very
This is
much.
for you. And
No, thank you
also-
to participate.
Okay. So, and thank you, Maria. And Mattia.
La mascherina la tolto, lo tengo uguale.
No, ce l'ho io.
Vabbè.
Questo è per te.
Che io.
Apri. Ti manderemo il codice tutto quanto.
Ok, arrivo così.
Sì, va bene. La scrivetta.
Thank you, guys.
Ok.
Thank you. Ho anche la borsetta.
Ok, il terzo non c'è, vero?
No, no,
Vabbè,
it's not with us. We will send you by email the code of the gift card. So thank you for participating. It was a pity because all the students who have done the reel and with a private profile, for us was impossible to reach the reel. So next time we will organize it better. So we are at the end. This was the last session, and it's okay. The last session, and I would like to thank all of you, professors, students, and all my colleagues, and for the organization of this event. All of you for participating. We would like to organize it again next year in a different way, and we hope better and with more audience. So thanks again to all of you, and see you next year.